Rwanda made the sale of skin whitening product a crime. It's working, but underground market persists. Edit note. This story is part of White Lies, a series by CNN's As Equals, investigating skin whitening practices worldwide to expose the underlying drivers of colorism, the industry that profits from it, and the cost to individuals and communities. For information about how CNN As Equals is funded and more, check out our FAQs. Buzane, CNN. Sierra asked to use a pseudonym for fear of being caught by the authorities. The 27-year-old shopkeeper explains that she can't maintain her 7-year skin lightening routine because a ban has made the product unaffordable. In 2018, Rwandan government began enforcing a nationwide ban on cosmetics and hair dyes containing harmful chemicals like hydroquinone above certain levels or mercury, making it illegal to produce or sell most skin lightening cosmetics. So now, Sierra has the pressing problem finding a new supplier. Because of the steep penalties attached to getting caught, smugglers refuse to sell them to just anyone, she tells CNN. Anyone caught trading them is subject to up to 2 years in prison and the maximum fine of 5 million Rwandan francs, about $5,000 US. Many dealers have been arrested to date. Sierra explains that if you are not among the chosen few who have earned the smugglers' trust, you simply can't get hold of skin lightening creams, or mukorogo as they are known locally. Daily life at the local market in Buzane, Rwanda. The town is known as the gateway to visit the country's mountain gorillas. The decision to ban the product came after the authorities, ranging from the Health and Security Department to Customs and the local government, received the countless report of the damage done to users' skins from applying these cosmetics. Simeon Kiwizera, the public relations officers at the Rwanda Standards Board, tells CNN. Misuse or prolonged use of products containing mercury, steroids, or hydroquinone can be toxic to your health, and despite the ban, these remains demand for lighter skin, which keeps the market for these products very much alive, albeit smaller and driven underground. 45-year-old Olive, also of pseudonym, has managed to secure a regular supply of skin lightening product. She tells CNN that once a month she heads to the cosmetics shop in Buzane, a town known as the gateway for those wishing to track Rwanda's famous mountain gorillas. Once in the shop, Olive makes the discreet eye contact with her supplier and use a few code words to explain why she has come. She is then handed a tub of cream concealed in a large envelope. The trailer and the mother of two has been lightening her skin for more than 5 years, and the ban has forced her to both pay more for and be flexible about her beauty regimen. Before the ban, I used to purchase my cream for 2,000 Rwandan, about $2, to brighten my skin and look beautiful, but it is no longer available, she says. The new brand she uses is double the price. At least it's obtainable. Olive says before admitting that her inconsistent income has occasionally forced her to put her skin regimen on hold. In Rwanda, the average monthly income for a woman is 42,796 Rwanda dollars, $41.83. For another user, Clementine, who also asked to be refolded to buy an Elias, her cream became 5 times more expensive. It went from 2,000 Rwanda dollars, US $2, to 10,000 Rwanda dollars, US $10. She tells CNN she would often skip meals to be able to afford the product. But it wasn't the financial hardship that made Clementine, who has no stable income, stop using lightening creams. It was only after knowing how dangerous it is and after my skin got more white than what I wanted that I decided to quit, she says. Nationwide raise. Regulations on skin lightening products in the small, landlocked country of around 30 million people began with the 2016 ministerial order that prohibited the use of 1,342 harmful chemicals and compounds, including hydroquinone above certain percentages, mercury, and steroids, in cosmetics. These 3 ingredients are commonly found in the skin lightening product. While the 2016 law outlined the prohibited ingredient and the product, it was only in 2018 that authorities began clamping down on violations. There was a lag between the 2016 ministerial order and its enforcement in 2018. Yolande Makolo, the Rwanda government spokesperson, tells CNN. This is because various departments needed to build the capability to inspect products and enforce the ban, she explains. During that time, laboratories to test for harmful ingredients were built by the Rwanda Standards Board, called the RSB, an official regulator for cosmetics and pharmaceuticals. The Rwanda Food and Drug Authority was established, and relevant laws, including penal codes, were introduced. Rwanda's President Paul Kagame also publicly lent support to the initiative in November 2018, saying on Twitter that skin bleaching was quite unhealthy among other things, and that it includes the use of prohibited chemicals. The president added that the Ministry of Health and Rwanda National Police, called the RMP, need to resign this in very quickly. Raids on shops and in public market began to take place across the country at the end of that year. In 2020 alone, RMP spokesperson, Assistant Commissioner of Police, called the ACP, Jean Bosco Cabrera, tells CNN that the police confiscated around 13,596 units, meaning skin lightening products, and that this number increased to 39,204 units confiscated in 2021. Rwanda law enforcement agents have relied on people informing on their neighbors in order to crack down on the illegal sale of skin whitening products. However, raids have been accompanied by efforts to raise the awareness of the chemical properties of banning the product, both among importers and local manufacturers, as a preventative measure. The RSB trained cosmetic importers local manufacturers and all value chains about the new policies and how to check content in these products for illegal ingredient or illegal levels of a certain ingredient, said the public relations officer Kuizera, adding that the training is ongoing. Those taking part are then assessed and the product they import or make locally are then certified by the RSB. To date, 91 locally made cosmetic products manufactured by 90 companies have acquired the RSB's S mark, which serves to reassure consumers that safety and quality standards has been met, according to Makolo, who explains that certifying safe Rwanda-made cosmetics can help businesses reduce the losses resulting from importing or producing items that breach the ban and are subsequently confiscated. The government also ran awareness campaigns within the community and on media and social media to inform people about the risk of whitening as well as the ban itself becoming taboo. According to Makolo, the ban's impact has been tangible. Generally speaking, policies have been quite successful. This product can only exist illegally. The amount is small, the awareness about how harmful these products are is high. Using skin whitening product has become a taboo, she says. However, data to support this has not been made available to CNN. Aside from Rwanda, what has other African nations done to ban skin whitening products? Several African countries have adopted measures to fight the widespread popularity of skin bleaching products. Here's how some of enforcing their restrictions. South Africa, 1990. Import, manufacture, and sale of cosmetic skin lightener banned. Also illegal to add hydroquinone and other depigmenting agent to cosmetics, according to Professor Lester Davies from the University of Cape Town. Mercury still gets imported to be used in the art industry locally, but gets added to bootleg products. The government monitors shipments arriving into South Africa's port, predominantly from Asia, as the continent is the biggest exporters of these substances and whitening products. Dermatologists report on cases they treat the skin whitening products their patients use, where they come from, and how they still get them. The government uses traditional and social media to create awareness of dangers of colorism. Kenya, 2001. All cosmetics containing hydroquinone, steroid, and hormonal preparations prohibited. Government agencies have surveillance teams that randomly conduct raids in retail shops to check whether products meet the required standard. In 2020, the Kenya Bureau of Standards launched Wajibikana Caps, a program that urges the public to report market traded products that are not of good quality or are illegal. The sale of a prohibited skin whitening product is considered a serious crime, and so authorities hunt down product, make arrests, and apply harsh penalties, according to Davies. Ivory Coast, 2015. Ban on all cosmetics with mercury, steroids, retinol deliberate, vitamin A, and hydroquinone above 2%. Advertising and marketing of skin whitening products or other hygienic body product containing these substances is banned. A national committee was set up to monitor the manufacture, importation, and distribution of cosmetics. Anyone selling or advertising the banned product is subjected to a fine of 50,000 to 360,000 Western Africa CFA francs, US dollars $80 to $575. While the ban was introduced in 2015, nothing has been done since then to reinforce it, including a lack of punishment of those who breach the law. The director of legal affairs at the Ministry of Health told CNN. Ghana, 2016, ban on import and sale of skin bleaching products containing hydroquinone. The government works with doctors to increase the awareness of long-term harms of using skin whitening creams, according to Davis. Celebrities were also brought in to promote messages with being confident in yourself and with your natural appearances, according to Davis. The country's Food and Drug authorities stopped registering product for use that contains any of bleaching chemical hydroquinone and launched a sensitization program against the sale of the product in the market. Speaking about the impact of bans in general, Leslie Onwon, a toxicologist at the World Health Organization called WHO Chemical Safety and Health Unit, who works on project regulating skin whitening products, says that restricted access to skin whitening products through a ban will have some success, but will drive up prices in the underground marketplace, as the woman in Busan said they were experiencing. Onwon added that a ban could lead more locally produced counterfeit products as well as other illegal sources, and that if there is a cheaper alternative being sold, what is sometimes called a hack, it can be more dangerous. Rwanda's ban does seem to be faring better than other African countries that have imposed restrictions. In 1990, South Africa became the world's first country to restrict the sale of skin lightening creams containing harmful ingredients. Kenya then imposes its ban in 2001, the Ivory Coast in 2015, Uganda in 2016, and Ghana in 2017. But in many of these countries, skin lightening products continue to be sold quite openly. Professor Lester Davies from the University of Cape Town wrote in the conversation. Dr. Guy Mbayo, Climate Change, Health and Environment Acting Team leads at the WHO Africa office, say the combination of all factors have led to these bans faltering, notably a lack of understanding or awareness among traders. The laws are set, but the monitoring of the implementation is not sufficient. In some of these countries, you may find that the user and the seller does not know that the product is banned or understand the consequences of using this product, Mbayo tells CNN. He added that political unrest in certain regions, coupled with weak law enforcement and large local demand, has turned countries like Kenya and the Democratic Republic of Congo, called the DRC, into mini hubs for this business. Police Commissioner Kabera told CNN that despite surveillance, most of the bootleg products confiscated in Rwanda come through the country's porous borders with the DRC. Lucy Ikonya, manager of trade and affairs within the government of Kenya, tells CNN. In Kenya, there is no issue with political unrest or weak law enforcement, but Iconia does add that authorities face the challenge of improper labeling of cosmetic products, making it difficult to distinguish between those that have harmful ingredient and those that don't have a harmful ingredient. The DRC's Directorate General of Customs and Excise did not respond to CNN's request for comment. Colorism spurring on the underground market. Beyond the product testing, awareness raising, and enforcing the ban through race, Makolo admits that Rwanda still has some way to go to eliminate the practice of skin whitening altogether, because there is still a generation stuck to the idea that fair skin is better than dark. Dr. Kaitenkuro, managing director at Kigali Dermatology Center, also tells CNN that colorism, which is discrimination against people with darker skin complexion, usually within the same ethnic or racial group, had not been sufficiently addressed as a cultural driver by the Rwandan government policies, and as such keeps feeding the underground market for skin lightening products. What does it take to properly enforce the skin lightening product bans? The WHO and the Zero Mercury Working Group, called the ZMWZ, an international coalition of NGOs, have identified the following steps needed to successfully eliminate the use of harmful products in cosmetics. Laws, regulations, and supporting tools such as ingredient list, licensing systems, and alert systems. National laws need to clearly define the roles of the various stakeholders in enforcing restrictions on skin whitening products. International and regional collaboration to enable countries with limited resources to share cost and technical expertise. For example, the regional alert system could be used to rapidly share information about non-compliant products among collaborating countries. Inspections, sanctions, penalties, voluntary agreement, and screening tools. For example, customs services needs access to basic equipment to screen product for ingredients like mercury. Engagement between government and e-commercial platforms to prevent sales online. Consumer outreach, and collaborations with civil society organizations. Systems for sustainable financing to implement regulations. Jerry Mugwiza, a former user turned community activist, agreed with Kaitenkuro, but adds that this yearning for a lighter skin tone is driving some to make their own creams using different ingredients such as hair products and liquid soaps. She tells CNN that some vendors then disguise these homemade cosmetics by importing legal ones and using their packaging to conceal the illegal product. Just like any other illegal product, it could be found through other means, confirms Clementine Muzanze. Addressing social drivers is therefore important to stem the future demand, says WHO's Oyon, whose team is currently working on the project to help 3 countries, Gabon, Jamaica, and Sri Lanka, better meet their obligations relating to the reduction of skin lightening products. One of those drivers is advertising, says Onyon. Some of the larger international companies who may not be using mercury in their product still advertise skin lightening, which can drive the market for counterfeit and illegal products and even home remedies or onion eddies. Reflecting on the Rwanda government progress to date, Makolo acknowledges the challenge is not just limiting supply, but also changing harmful culture norms. We have not reached zero demand, so we will continue building capacity every day to enforce the policies better and to raise awareness among young people better, Makolo says. Each work in progress. Credit editor Mia Sethinligam, Eliza Anyangi. Design Katie Kim for CNN, Natalie Stokes. Photo editors Will Lanzoni and Brad Logers. Editorial support Tahila Kolaif Igab.